All right, guys, we're back with lesson 97. So this is the last lesson for the week, and this is on two-step problems. So if you look at example 97.1, it says, if 2x plus 4 equals 6, what is the value of 3x minus 7? So essentially, we're going to be doing the same thing that we have been doing. We're going to solve for the value of x, we're going to check it, and then we're going to substitute the value of x into the second equation to find out what that value is. If you notice, this one has an equal sign. This one does not, because we need that x value before we can substitute and solve. So let's start with the 2x plus 4 equals 6. First, we have to get the x term by itself, and to do that, we need to move the 4. So we're going to subtract 4 on each side. Our 4's cancel out. We're left with 2x on this side equals, and then 6 minus 4 is 2. And that's an x. So now we have 2x equals 2. So we're going to isolate the variable by dividing each side of the equation by 2. Our 2's cancel out, and we get x equals 2 divided by 2 is, that's right, 1. All right, so now we're going to take the x value, and we're going to substitute it into this equation. So we're going to have 3x minus 7, all right? So then we're going to do 3 times 1 minus 7. 3 times 1 is, you got it, 3. 3 minus 7, so we have a positive 3 minus 7. We start at 3 on the number line. We go in the negative direction, 7 place values, and we get negative 4. So our answer would be negative 4. Let's do another one. So the second example tells us 4x minus 2 equals 3, and then we need to find the value of 2/5 x minus 1/4. Now, of course, they have to kick it up a notch for us and give us an equation with fractions, right? So let's solve this one first. We're going to get the x term on one side of the equals sign by itself, so we're going to add 2 on each side. Those cancel out. We're left with 4x equals 3 plus 2 is 5. And then we divide each side by 4. 4's cancel out, and we get x equals 5/4, okay? Another fraction. So now we're going to take that value and we're going to plug it into the second equation so that we can solve this equation. So we get 2/5. We're going to substitute that x times 5/4 minus 1/4, okay? So let's do the multiplication first because it's PEMDAS, right? So automatically I see that I can reduce this fraction by a value of 5, right? So I can cross cancel those 5's, and I get 2/4 minus 1/4. 2/4 minus 1/4. Now luckily, even though math curriculum writers are a bunch of jerks, we get a common denominator, so we don't have to do any fancy footwork with that. So 2 minus 1 is 1, and then we bring our denominator over. So the answer for this one is 1/4 or 1/4. Let's see if we have another example we're going to do. Example 97.3, 4/3 x minus 2 equals 4, and then we have to find the value of 6x minus 2/5. All right, so we're going to solve the first equation and substitute the value of x into the second equation. Now this one's not quite as nice, is it? Because we only have, sorry, there's a net in here, fraction on one side. So we're going to add 2 on both sides. We get 4/3 x is equal to 6, okay? Now, we have to divide 4/3 x, but when we divide a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply each side by 3/4 because that's the reciprocal. These cancel out, and we're left with x equals, and then 6 times 3 is 18/4, and we're going to reduce that by a value of 2, so we get 9/2. Now we're going to plug that in up here, and we're going to do 6 times 9/2 minus 2/5. 6 times, we can actually reduce this, right? So We get 3 times 9 is 27 over 1 minus 2/5. I left it over 1 on purpose. I feel like these numbers are off a bit. Let's make sure. No? Oh, okay, I was thinking wrong. Okay, so we have 27 minus 2/5. So we have to take 2/5 from 27. Now, this may look difficult, but remember when we get to where we have a whole number and a fraction, all we need to do is borrow 1 from our whole number and create a fraction equivalent to 1 that then we can easily subtract from. So this is going to become 26 and 5/5, which is really equal to 27, right? Because 5 over 5 is equal to 1. And 1 plus 26 is 27. But now can we easily subtract out 2/5? We sure can. All right, so we're left with 26, and 5 minus 2 is 3 over 5. So the answer is 26 and 3/5. Now that is the last example that they give us. You have 3 practice problems to do for this, and then the rest of your homework is posted on Edmodo. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need help. Zoom, Edmodo, text, email, just include a parent and have permission. Thanks, guys.